It's time once again to slip into your camo, grab your bow, and join us out in the field for another episode of the Up North Journal, presented by PSE Archery. The Up North Journal crew is knocked and ready to rock for another exciting adventure. So let's step outside and hit the trail.
This episode of the Up North Journal podcast is brought to you by PSE Archery,
Carbon Express,
Fourth Arrow Camera Arms,
Wind Scent Hunting Sense,
Killer Food Plots, Seeds, Supplements, and Attractants,
Cabela's,
Spot Shooters,
Limb Walker Game Calls,
Twisted Minds Bowstrings,
Hunter's Blend Coffee,
Antler Action,
and Family Traditions Tree Stand.
And don't forget you can catch us in syndication at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on goodtalkradio.com. Welcome back to another episode of the Up North Journal, everybody. I'm host Mike. I'm sitting in the cabin tonight along with Dan DeFall on this fine May evening. What is going on?
A cloudy May evening. Kind of cool today.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of, we're going to take just a second. I'm going to open the window.
Oh, he was complaining about being hot just before we went on the show, and now that we got the lights up and everything, he must be getting too hot again. But, yeah, no, it was a good weekend, and, it wasn't too bad of a week, weather-wise.
No, not really. We had a couple rainy days here and there, but wasn't too bad.
And Christianer finally connected.
Hey, what's going on, Chris? Did you get the mud off your shoes?
Dude, you were shooting in some water, it looked like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll cross that
river.
We'll
cross that river here later in the show.
Right.
But no, it's been a pretty busy week for me. I've been working on the bow extensively.
Well, you started out on
Wednesday. Yeah, well, we knew we were going to be heading down to Ohio to do this shoot.
Right.
With Christianer, who was watching, and his wife Ashley, and with Dan Yassa from PSE. So it was time for me. Actually, I was going to go out and do some shooting. I figured I had enough arrows until...
So you shot your arrows?
Until I ruined two. I got them laying up here just out of the shot. You can't see them, but yeah.
You did a good job on that.
Yeah.
We're going to have to put that up on the wall.
Yeah, I slammed one. So I figured, well, okay, no better time than this week to get the new Maxima Red SDs out.
That's right.
So
you got the low profile vanes?
Yeah, actually, let me switch cameras here real quick. I'll throw it in the other camera here. But I took it over to Spot Shooter Archery, and Jim Beasley helped me out, cut him up. Actually, he tuned the arrow to the bow.
Sweet.
Yeah, the bow was shooting really well, and but with switching arrows, I had some work to do. But he got them flying good out of the bow, and then it was my turn to take and get it back over here at my house and start making them fly at distance according to my pens. So, but yeah, we put some really low profile fletchings on them, so that way they fly good through the air.
Yep.
And yeah, that was what we did this week to get them ready. And I spent all day yesterday outside here at the house shooting. But not all day. I spent a good 2 hours, maybe longer, shooting at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80, and trying to get her dialed in. I found something out though.
What did you find out?
That my sight does not go to 80.
Oh, there you
the
go.
pin doesn't go that far, so I did a little cheating and used part of the sight as a pin.
Right, exactly. That's you got to figure out how to make it work, right?
Absolutely.
Now, you were also using your release from last year, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
The Phenom is not ready to rock yet. It's over in the shop. Dropped it off when I was doing work on the Evolve. Didn't have the new release yet. Had the arrows, but didn't have the sights yet for the Phenom.
Okay.
So I'm like, man, I want to shoot, but I need arrows, but these are my target arrows. But the Evolve's my hunting bow. I got to make all this work. So Jim took some time, and we actually spent 2 days over there in the shop.
Yeah, you did some video work over there with him and
working through it. So yeah, it took a little bit of time, but we got him flying. And like I said, I got over here at the house and just worked on it and worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. But yeah, my slider pin, it'd go just a tad beyond 70 yards.
But that was it.
Yeah, so stepping back at 80, I found out that the bubble in my sight housing was right at 80 yards. The top of the bubble was 80 yards.
Well, you're doing that's a G5 sight, right?
Yeah, it's the old XR2.
Yep.
And I really like it for my hunting setup. It works well, and I just kind of, I'm like, yeah, that looks like that's going to be pretty close. And my bag, actually, the two lines on the level, you know, you level it with, those fit perfectly around my bag, my shooting bag.
Oh, jeez.
So I had my left to right and my up and down. I just used the top of the level, made sure it was level, and let it fly.
And that was your 80.
Yeah, I was hitting, you know.
That's sweet.
I was hitting without, not too far off, put it that way. For an 80-yard shot, that's the best I could do.
Well, yeah, 80 yards is a poke.
It is a poke.
Dan Anderson's checking in from Wisconsin.
What's going on? Dan over in Wisconsin. So, but, yeah, it was a busy day that day. I shot 100 arrows that day.
So 100 arrows yesterday.
To get ready for the shoot, yep.
Yep, and then you headed over there this morning.
Yeah, I got up bright and early and drove down. Now, this is the same place you and I shot last year.
Yep.
A little different format, but kind of the same. A lot of the same shots.
Was it the same stations?
Yeah.
Just different shots in those stations?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a lot like what we shot last year. So
same amount of people, you said?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, about the same amount of people.
Okay.
There.
Like last year when we were there, it was pretty dry. A little wet, but it was mostly dry.
Yeah, but the creek bottom was still pretty wet.
But it was a little different this year.
It was. Actually, you know, we'll kind of jump ahead here just a little bit. I got some pictures here for those of you on the live stream that we can show.
Yeah, because, you know, they're talking about this on the news, and I didn't think about it until you showed these pictures, and we just talked about it before the show, that they were having some flooding issues in Michigan down in that area because of which way the winds were blowing.
Out of the northwest, or the northeast.
Northeast was blowing the waves in.
Yeah, it was pushing water back up into the river system and into the creeks. So, yeah.
Right, and lo and behold, here you go, because it's in Toledo, right on the Michigan border. Matter of fact, I think you walk across the parking lot, you actually go from Michigan to Ohio and back.
Right, exactly.
And here you are, and standing in water, and...
Well, you remember last year when we got there? Remember the very first shot we took?
Yep. It was across the ravine at 50 yards.
50 meters.
50 meters. It was across the ravine.
Well, right there it is. You can see it. Now, if you look down this tunnel right there, you can see that's the backstop. That black square down there is the backstop of the target we shot. And I took that picture from just about where we shot from.
Last year,
yeah.
Yep, but look at all the water that's down there.
Yeah, that target down there is 8 inches underwater, they said.
8 inches underwater.
Yeah, so they had to move it, and you can see, like, right above, I can't tell who's in front there, but right above their head, you can see a plank or like a board laying there. They made a boardwalk, temporary boardwalk. First to walk, take a left turn, go out there, and then they had another station set up out there. Because
they couldn't shoot that.
Because they couldn't shoot it, yeah.
So you were on the boardwalk.
Yep, and, it was extremely wet. Matter of fact, it was so wet, some of us had to stand with our boots in the mud and the water just to shoot.
Man, I tell you what, if you're wearing tennis shoes, you're gonna have some wet feet.
Absolutely, you know. And I wore boots. I didn't have to. I didn't think I had to worry about it. But where the guy in the blue jeans is standing, I forget what he was wearing, but his are completely covered. I think he might have had tennis shoes. My boots. It was to the bottom of the boot on the laces. You know, like when you're lacing your boots up, it's like the first lace. So it was like within a half inch of going over the top of my boots to get my socks wet.
Oh man!
Yeah,
and obviously with tennis shoes, he's all wet and squishy feet.
Right. You know, and this shot here is what's called a fan. It had for guys who don't shoot archery, and I may be calling some of these things a little bit wrong here because this is only the second time I've shot paper. So, but they call this like a fan, and there's 4 blocks at a predetermined distance, and all 4 shooters walk up, and you know, depending on what number shooter you are, you start on that block and you shoot at your designated target. And when you shoot, after you're done shooting an arrow, everybody goes 1 block over, and number 4 comes back to number 1 until everybody shoots through. So you're shooting at 4 different spots. And where you see this guy here in the picture near us in the boots, he's at station 2, and the other guy's at station 4. There's another block in between them there, I do believe. So
Splish splash, man.
It was muddy. I mean, it was a muddy mess.
I know. I remember walking there last year, and it was warm. It was hot and dry, but you could definitely see if you had water in the area. Where it's gonna get wet and watery and.
Well, they said a day or two ago it was way higher. I mean, it was way up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the water receded. We got a question here from Dan Anderson. He asked if you and I do any 3D shoots. I shot 3D. I shoot a couple a year, 5-6 years ago, and in the last, I haven't shot 3D probably in 3 years, 4 years maybe.
We went and shot.
I've shot the R100 twice. I've shot a couple other 3D.
That's been a few years since we did that.
I shot a couple other 3D shoots around the area.
Right.
But since then, the last thing I shot before this one was this same facility last year in July. But that was, I believe that was a field shoot. I can't remember the acronym that we're supposed to use for what it was called.
All right, I see what you're saying.
So. And
Chris Schnurr says, "Yep, it's a fan."
Fan. Okay, thanks, Chris. Hey, I got something right. I kept telling, I'd always walk up to the target and I'd ask the guys, okay, so at this one I'm shooting the bottom left and I'm shooting all 4 arrows at it, right? And they're like, yep. Or I'd say, okay, now I'm shooting 2 at this one on the bottom row, and then I shoot my next 2 at the bottom on the right. And they're like, yep. And I said, well, by the time we get to the parking lot, I'll remember all this.
Right. Well, no kidding, right?
Well, there's just a lot of rules.
There's a lot of rules, and everything's a little different.
Yeah.
And like you said, you were with a group of guys, including Chris Schnurr, and everybody's there to help everybody out.
Well, that's just it, too. Yeah.
He wouldn't tell you anything wrong information, I would hope.
Not intentionally, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, we're bumping up here on our first break. Why don't we step outside? When we come back, we'll continue to talk about the shoot. So we'll be right back after this.
PSE Archery has reinvented the way you buy bows.
From now on, you can make the most educated decision possible
by basing your bow choice specifically on your shooting needs and goals.
All you need to do is ask yourself, what kind of shooter am I? What do I want to achieve?
PSE will help find the right category for you.
So, what kind of shooter are you?
Find out at psearchery.com.
Killer Food Plots have been helping property owners for over 20 years create premier whitetail habitat. Whether replenishing your soil with their all-natural Organics Fusion pellets or planting a premier KFP food plot seed blend to help your deer rebuild their bodies through spring and summer while supplying the much-needed high energy during and after the rut, you can trust that Killer Food Plots family and their products will help your deer achieve their full potential.
Welcome back, everybody. Second segment of the show. Dude, you got to keep me on track here. I'm so tired I can't even remember where we're supposed to be.
Well, I was just reading Billy Hoffman's comment about the gentleman's wife.
Oh, he did say that. Yeah. Okay. Nice. See, somebody out there is keeping on me. But I tell you what, yeah, I am tired, man. We shot.
Well, you shot 100 arrows yesterday.
And 116 today.
And you shot 116 today.
And Chris shot 100, and his wife shot 180 each yesterday, and Chris shot another 116 today.
They shot 180 yesterday?
180 arrows, he said, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so.
That is some.
So that's doggone near 300.
Yeah, that's some shooting some arrows.
Yeah, I don't know how his shoulders
for
still
those
functioning.
Guys, it's just practice, right?
Right.
If you shot 100 arrows a day for X amount of time, you'd be like, oh, that's no big deal.
Right. But, yeah, that's the most I've shot in a long time. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun. You should have been down there with us instead of petting goats.
Well,
You ain't got a comeback for that, do you?
I know, because they were there. It's like, and they had a cornhole game right there. You could have done that if you wanted. It was a little, on the way there, it was pouring rain.
Yeah.
And thunderstorms.
Right.
So we're like, uh-oh.
It lit it up pretty good here last night, just after I got done shooting.
And it was like, wow. But everything worked out good. Rain went away. We had a good time.
Good.
Including the goats.
Including the goats. All right. Oh, wait. Chris says 180 for score, 24 for practice. Okay, so you shot 204 arrows.
Right.
Okay, so he did shoot over 300. Well over 330
for
arrows.
For a two-day period.
Yeah. So, but, yeah. It was a good time. I didn't shoot as well as I'd like to have, but, I mean, considering everything the lack of shooting that I've done this spring and just slamming everything together, I guess I can't complain too much. a perfect score would have been 560, and I shot 475.
Do we know how Dan shot?
No. Hey, Chris Schnurr, if you're on here, did you see what Dan Yassa shot?
Chris Schnurr shot. Hopefully he'll fill in the blank there.
Yeah, right. But
So you shot 100 yesterday. How are you feeling this morning going into your couple of practice arrows before you went out on the course?
I was a little bit stiff, but after I shot, I don't know, I probably shot 8 arrows before we started, just to kind of loosen up. And after that, wasn't that big a deal.
Okay.
Yeah, and until the second half. The first half wasn't too bad. I was getting a little bit tired, but when we stopped for lunch.
We give you a break.
Yeah. So we had, I think it was like an hour break. Roughly.
Yeah, and then you headed back out for the second round.
And then we went out, shot the second round, and then about halfway through, I could start to feel it. But actually, I shot better second round than I did the first round, surprisingly. And really, the last, I really all but one target. I was shooting. A perfect score on a target was 20 points.
Okay.
And I shot 16, 19, 13, a dorked one, bad. And then I shot 17, 16, a 20, an 18, 17, 19, 18, 17, 18, 17, 18.
And these were all known distances.
They were known distances, but that was the hunter round.
Right.
The first round was the field round, which were known distances as well. But it was like even increments of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, up to 80 yards. Or you might have had a 5 in there, like a 55 or 45, if I remember right. So there were some of those in there. But then when we went to the hunter round, there was like really odd distances. Like you'd shoot a 63 yards, and then you'd step to a 58, 53, a 48. They'd break them down like 5 yards at a time, but they were really odd numbers.
Right.
So it's like the part about pin gapping, trying to shoot pin gaps, it played with your head a little more.
Oh, a little bit,
you know. So
because you're thinking 50 and it's 53, or you're thinking 55 and it's 53.
Yeah, you're shooting at 55, so you gap a 50 and a 60 pin on a 55. But what do you do for a 52 or a 53?
Right, exactly.
How much difference do you play it, or do you shoot it? Do you still pin gap it and shoot it?
Or you just shoot it, right?
Right.
Krishner says Dan was 2 down in the first game, and he wasn't sure on the second half.
Okay.
And then Chris was 20 down, and he shot for a total of 540.
540.
So not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
A lot better than me.
But you're not the professional.
But I will say this.
Uh-oh.
Out of all the targets, the very last target, I outscored all those guys.
There you go. Was that
I shot at 18. They said I did. I don't know what everybody shot. I really didn't care at that point.
Was it the high incline one?
No. That one was a 50 yard.
Oh, okay.
Just a straight up 50. They said, "Yeah, you beat us this round." I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever."
Right.
I'm tired. I'm going back to the truck.
I'm tired. He's got done shooting a bunch of arrows.
So, yeah, I'm just giving you the business, Chris.
So that's awesome. You got out there, got to shoot around.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
The weather was good, no bugs.
The bugs weren't bad. I think I got mosquitoes maybe twice.
That ain't bad.
You feel it like that's like they're starting to get you on the hand. But yeah, I was shooting. I remember there was a target about 30 yards or so, and I get up there and I start to draw, and just about the time I start to hook in my release, I get a bug. It lands on my nose. I'm like, okay, take care of that, and then so I'll get back into it, draw, and just about the time I get ready to release, a bug lands on my nose, and I fire, and I kind of flinch. I'm like, oh man, and like, what's the matter? And I said, I had a bug on my face as I shot, and I go, well, and I think I hit the 5 ring. So he said, and Chris said to me, he goes, well, you're a bow hunter. You guys are always shooting with bugs in your face when you're in a tree stand. So,
right.
But
that's cool. Yeah. That's, getting out there.
And the 2 other guys we were shooting with were really cool. One guy, well, they're both from Ohio, but the one gentleman was like from over near Pennsylvania. He made a 3-hour drive to shoot. So,
wow.
Yeah. And, it was a real good time.
That's awesome.
And they were nice, Flip through a couple other pictures here we got from the shoot. For those of you on the podcast, you have to go to the live stream, check us out. But this is a raised tower blind up above them there. And if you remember that first picture, they had Mudjaw on it that I showed. This is shooting. This is the one where we shot from the ground. This was actually the last round we shot a practice round here, and then we shot this again at the very end of the first half.
Oh, okay.
For score. So that was flat on the ground. And then I do believe I got a shot here. Yeah, this is up in the air on the platform.
And now you can tell in this picture that the target you are trying to shoot at is really close.
Yeah, 11 yards.
There you go.
Yeah, and we're way up in the air, and I forget what the incline was. It was something outrageous. I want to say like 30 degrees or something like that almost.
Wow.
So I know they were checking the incline with a rangefinder.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out. My sister-in-law, Lori, says hi to me, and I want to give a shout out to her because she had some surgery the last couple weeks, and she's rebounding from it, and I just want to shout out to her and keep going, Lori.
Well, I'm glad she's getting better.
Yeah.
And there's the crew. There's all of us out there on the course.
Look at you guys.
As you can see, it's greened up pretty good.
It has. Yeah, the grass is growing like weeds.
Right.
But yeah, it's really greened up, and that's awesome. I'm trying to remember last year when we shot it. It was in June.
June or July. It was either June or July.
Right.
Because I just got the Jeep. And I remember when I was driving down. Now, and you look in this picture here right beside me, between me and that other gentleman there, you see them orange blocks. That's a fan shot.
Oh, okay.
Them blocks that I was
talking about. Krishner would like to say it was 33 degrees exact.
33. I knew it was pretty steep.
And Dan Anderson says, what I love about you guys, it's not about score, it's about getting better.
Yeah, well, that's and having fun.
It's all about having fun and getting better.
Well, I remember I dorked one other shot. And I was like, oh, man, and I'm kind of giving myself the business, and then I turned around and I said, I think it was to Chris, I said, we're having fun, right? Because
that's right.
You got to, man. You got to have fun doing this stuff. But yeah, that was a steep angle. That was a real steep angle.
Yeah, you can just tell you're leaned over, and it's like, that's amazing. 33 degrees.
Well, we shot this same station last year.
Yeah, we did.
I remember it was pretty steep. So, but it was fun. But I'm tired. I was muddy. Wore out. but it's satisfying, I guess.
And you weren't cold like hunting season.
No. Actually, the temperature was perfect. It was like between 60 and 65. It was overcast. No rain. No bugs.
You can't beat that.
I mean, we had mud, but
mud's fun.
Yeah, at times it was a mess.
No, I imagine it was a mess.
It was a mess, but it was a lot of fun. And the one gentleman that was in the picture there that had the ponytail.
Yep.
I was shooting with him, and 3 or 4 different times we're shooting, and you're shooting through it. You know how it is. They got a mowed path, and it's a tunnel, and there's trees, and there's bushes and everything, and all of a sudden a bird would fly through. And I'm like, I said, you ever shot a bird? During a tournament or during a shoot like that, come flying through? And he goes, actually, yes. And I said, really? He goes, yeah. He says, yeah, I shot a bird.
Oh, wow.
He goes, matter of fact, he said, I almost shot a deer. He said he went to full draw and was ready to drop on the trigger, and a deer come out into the shooting lane just as he was ready to fire.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, can you imagine? But
so I was going to ask you a question. Did you have the one shot that was through the tunnel?
No, not that one. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I just wondered how that played, because remember that Dan explained to us that the tunnel effect makes it look further what you thought it was. And
well, see, last year we shot unknown distance.
Right, exactly.
But I tell you what, let's step outside, take our next break. We come back, we'll continue the conversation along this road here. So we'll be right back after this.
PSE Archery has always dominated the speed category. Now, the most revolutionary cam system ever to hit the market has perfected the shooting experience. Introducing PSE's Evolve Cam System, featuring extremely high let-off capabilities and the smoothest draw cycle in history. No other cam system has ever delivered this level of total comfort and total control. Experience PSE. Experience performance.
Killer Food Plots have been helping property owners for over 20 years create premier whitetail habitat. Whether replenishing your soil with their all-natural Organics Fusion pellets or planting a premier KFP food plot seed blend to help your deer rebuild their bodies through spring and summer while supplying the much needed high energy during and after the rut, you can trust that Killer Food Plots family and their products will help your deer achieve their full potential.
Welcome back, third segment of the show. Man.
Got your coffee going?
I need it. You know, I got to say something, man, about this cup.
Okay.
I leave this morning. I had my cup of Hunter's Blend driving down, and I drank, maybe not quite half. And I left it sitting in the Jeep. I got there at 8:45. I got back in the Jeep to come home at 4 o'clock, and it was still warm.
There you go.
It wasn't air temperature. I mean, it was, it was warm. It still had heat in it.
That is some good stuff.
And I needed it, too, to get me home.
You don't like iced coffee?
No, I don't. I hate iced coffee.
I don't get it.
Me either. But it is what it is.
It is.
But, so, what were we talking about? I forget now.
We were talking about the different settings that you were shooting through, like the tunnel.
Oh, that's right. Last year was
giving you the perception difference that you thought you were looking at.
Yeah.
Let's see, but now, like today, last year we shot unknown.
Mm-hmm.
This year you shot known.
Yeah.
The second day is known distance.
Yeah, it was. Dan Yass asked me that same question. He's like, "Well, what do you think? What did you like better? Did you like shooting known distance or unknown distance?" And I'm like, I said each one's got, I said I like them both. I said, but shooting unknown distance, I said it's a bugger because not only do you have to worry about your archery game. You got to play that mental game as well, with juding distance. I mean, it's.
What do you think it is? Where are you going to hold your sight?
Yeah, it's a double whammy.
Yeah, and then like he explained about if it's in trees all around it, or is it open and looks different, or
because there's the two style faces. I believe it was a 60 and a 50 centimeter face.
Yeah, the different faces, and they'll switch them, and
they'll put them on a bigger backstop or a smaller backstop, and play with that and make it look because each target size is a different range of distances.
Exactly.
So, but now is
Tom Gensel is still spring turkey. Yep.
My turkey season's over.
Yeah. Memorial weekend is next weekend, and you're right, Billy Hoffman. It does say the Godfather of podcasting on Mike's scorecard.
No, it doesn't. It says you gorked 2 shots is what it says.
Christmas with Dad.
But like I said, I did duff 2 shots, and I had 2 other scores for 3, but the rest were 4s and 5s. So overall, I wish I had shot better. I really do, but it gives me something to work on. And speaking of, got the new sights in for the target bow.
You got the new sight in for the target bow.
The Copper John Mark III Pro with the micro pins.
It's got the micro .19 pins.
Here, let's flip over to the other camera here, and I'll stick it up in the camera so everybody can see what we're talking about real quick here. I don't have it out of the package yet, but, oh, man, I got a bad reflection out there.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there.
Yeah. Let's just take it out of the box.
Hey, take it out of the box.
Let's take it
it's
out
like
of the box,
Christmas.
So, right. So yeah, I got to go down and shoot, and also got some gifts. Not gifts. These weren't gifts. I had to pay for these, but no, I got some new gear for the bows. So looking forward to getting this one put on the new rig. So there you can kind of see the contrast.
There you go. Yep.
Of the pins but we talked to the guys at Copper John, Eric Springer.
Yep.
From Copper John last year, and Stanislawski.
Oh boy, don't go there.
You can say that 3 times fast, right?
I can't even say it once.
So yeah, this is what's going to be going on the rig on the new Phenom SD PSE Phenom for my target bow, and actually you and I both got gifts. So the new releases. Got our stands here that let me flip back over to the other camera that we're going to shoot this year. So today is quite possibly the very last time that I will shoot that release that I had. I'm going to try to force myself into actually shooting this year for hunting season. And we did the video with Eric Springer at ATA.
Yep, and he explained it.
From stand releases.
Yep.
And he talked about why we should do this and how it's going to help us in the field. And, and playing the archery game as well. All this is working towards deer season.
deer season and being a better shooter.
Yeah, so hopefully,
and I really like this one because you can let it hang on your string.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you don't have to worry about it. That's why I'm.
Let me see if I can get a close up of this over here on this camera. Just show them what you're talking about, Dan. You're gonna have to narrate here.
Oh, let me narrate
as I hold this up.
So yeah, they. Oh, there you go. So there you go. You got the stand, and I don't know which one they call this one, the SX3. But this one can hold right on you lock it into place, and then you can hold it. It'll hold on your D loop, and you don't have to worry about it. And then you can just, when it's time to shoot, just pick it up, pull back, and release.
And I know that may not be that big a deal, but when you're using that, all you gotta do is reach up. You don't have to worry about reaching in, clicking in.
You just set it and forget it until you're ready.
The other thing was with the other release, getting it through your coat, all that kind of garbage.
Right.
It's on your bow. You reach up, grab a hold, pull back, fire. It's just going to make it a lot easier, I do believe, in the tree stand. It's going to make, or it's going to be improving our accuracy on the shot as well. So. And
Dan Anderson wants to know what arrow rest you got on that one.
I have
Patriot.
No, the AAE Prophecy.
Prophecy, that's it.
Yeah, yep. And when I get that in, I'm running Western Hunter hot rod stabilizers on it.
Okay.
So once I get that built, we'll have it here and talk about that on the show as well.
Right, exactly.
I'm hoping to start slinging arrows and tuning this week. That's the goal. So
cool.
So
hopefully I'll get mine all put together here this week, and I got some swapping to do from here to there and get it ready.
Okay, so you got a new string on your bow.
I got on the Evolve 35. I just got a new string.
Twisted Mind bowstrings.
And then in the Ferocity, I'm going to leave the PSE string on it.
Okay.
And then the Ferocity, I'm going to take my sights off my Decree and put it on that one, which is a True Glow. And then I'm going to grab the arrow rest off that one as well. Put that on the Ferocity.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go over to Cabela's and see what they got for other stuff.
What arrow rest do you have on the Evolve 35?
That one's a QAD.
Drop away?
Yeah.
Okay. And what side are you running?
On the Evolve 35 that I'm going to be, that'll be a True Glow.
Okay.
5-pin. But it's got the 3 top pins is 0.29, and then it's got 2 micros at 0.19 for the bottom 2, and I really like that. So then those I'm going to put that on the Ferocity. I'm going to try to go get a 1-pin sight for the Evolve. For the Evolve, I'm going to get a 1-pin sight.
Oh, you're going to get a 1-pin.
Yes,
okay.
I don't have it yet.
Okay.
I want to get a Cabela's 1-pin that they have.
Okay. One that like a regular target sight?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a 1-pin slider.
Okay.
And you can
dial
in your distances.
Dial it in. You shoot it you shoot 2 known distances. Put it in the program, and it spits out a tape that you put on there. So okay, I got you.
That's the plan.
Okay, all right, I got you.
So but my Ferocity, I'm just going to carry over my old hunting sight and my drop away from the Decree that I had. Just throw that on there. Then I'll shoot that, and then I'm going to run Cabela stabilizers.
Okay.
So.
And a stands release. There you go.
And what's nice about this one is, look how nice and bright orange that is. Shouldn't be able to lose that.
We were talking about that. Actually, Chris Schnurr made reference to that. He said, "Oh, it's a bright orange one." And I said, "Yeah." I said, it's okay when you're hunting in the fall, in a maple tree.
Yeah, it looks like a maple leaf, right?
But I said, until you drop it on the ground, he's like, well, if you had the bronze one like I do, he said that one's hard.
Bronze.
That's hard to find.
Looks like dirt.
Actually, who had? I want to say it was. It was Dan Yasa. He had one. I can't remember what color he said it was, but he dropped it, and it took him a while to find it.
Really?
And I said, but you did find it, right? And I said, what'd you do? Take a rake with it? He said, no, I got around and dug around, but he says, yeah, I got it. So
we'll have to see if we can't get Dan up here to do some bow hunting.
Yeah, it'd be a good time. It'd be a real good time. I heard he might be making a trip to Michigan here soon, so we'll see.
Well,
have to bend his ear a little bit. See
that's right.
Maybe plan a day or sit down and look at the calendar and
say, hey, come on up here, do some bow hunting.
That's right. So
I know he's got to come out of Ohio to hunt Michigan, but
Billy says he was shooting the HHA Tetra I used to shoot at HHA a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Same type thing. You had a tape that you had to build. Shoot known distances and calculate a tape out. Put a tape on it. It was a. I remember. I think mine was a dial.
A dial? Yeah.
It wasn't a slider. It was a dial. So
yeah.
But so yeah.
Dan dropped his brass one.
Brass. That's what it was. The brass one. So yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can. I can imagine that because you drop it out of a tree, you hear it, and maybe you've seen it fall, but then you get out of the tree and you look again, and it's like, yeah, okay.
But that's what's nice about these once they lock in. But and another nice little thing on these is the thumb screw. What'd you do with my thumb screw?
I didn't do anything with it.
You took it out. You're playing with it.
No,
I got to find it now. It's laying here on the ground.
I
somewhere.
took it out of mine here,
but it's got a dry fire screw you put in it. And here, let me go back over to the other camera again. So you put that little screw over there in the side once it's set, and then you can go to full draw, and you can fire it.
And it won't fire, and it won't
open.
It won't open.
So you can actually practice your form and shooting.
Form and listening.
Yep, in the house.
Yep.
So that works good.
Now give me my pin back.
I got to find mine. It's here somewhere.
I'm sure it is.
So
it didn't go far. We haven't gone.
No, it was laying right here somewhere. So,
but yeah, that'll be good, and it'll be good to get these out there. Ever since we shot these last year. These have been top on the list to get.
I've had them on my list for a long time. Yep.
So
all
right.
Yeah.
And then when Dan came around and started really showing them, it was like,
spoiled us.
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, okay.
So I'll tell you what, let's take our last break, come back, we'll kind of wrap things up a little bit, talk about some things that are going on and what we may be up to here in the near future. So we're going to step outside. We'll be right back after this.
Acceleration is part of PSE's DNA. PSE pioneered the speed movement. Now they've developed the vapor category to help you find the most powerful bows on the market to fit you.
High speed equates to intense power and building the momentum you need to be successful. Are you a vapor shooter? Find out at psearchery.com.
Killer Food Plots have been helping property owners for over 20 years create premier whitetail habitat. Whether replenishing your soil with their all-natural Organics Fusion pellets or planting a premier KFP food plot seed blend to help your deer rebuild their bodies through spring and summer while supplying the much-needed high energy during and after the rut, you can trust that Killer Food Plots family and their products will help your deer achieve their full potential.
Welcome back. Last segment of the show. And I'm running out of gas fast.
Right.
Oh, man. What a weekend.
But it was a good weekend.
Yeah. It's just, I'm afraid that we're going to run out of time fast and the season's going to be upon us. When the break there a while back, we're less than 6 months away to firearm deer season, which means that we're less than 5 months away from bow season.
Right.
4.5 months.
So in my not so scientific backyard of a deer area, I was outside one of the nights during the evening. It wasn't too bad. I had 10 deer come in.
Okay.
10 does, and I was kind of playing pregnant or no pregnant. Looking at them, and you could see like the hips, and then all of a sudden you'd see like the one doe, which I think she's now the matriarch of the area. You could see she was wide.
Right.
Like, okay, so you're pregnant. You got twins, and I estimated that at least half of those got bred. Half of those deer, which surprised me because last year I had 5 bucks all over, all the time. Young, but I was like, wow. So I'll keep an eye on that. But it was kind of interesting because we've talked about this, that now's the time that the does will kick
the bucks off.
Bucks.
Yep. And the other does away.
And guess what? All those deer that came in were all does. I have not seen one of the 5 bucks from last year.
Were the bucks last year, were they yearling bucks?
They were all pretty much close to
that summer's previous fawns?
Yeah, there might have been 1 or 2 out of the 5 that might have been a little bit older, but yeah, they were all, it's like now they're all gone.
Okay.
It proves the point.
Buck dispersal.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now, granted, I'm just sitting in my backyard watching my deer that I always see.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of proves the point, and it's like,
right.
Wow. And I was sitting there, and it hit me. It's like, wow, look at this. Here we go. So it was just an interesting factoid that I was just sitting there. But so I've seen reports that people have seen does are starting to drop.
Already, they're seeing fawns.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Kreiner was out coyote hunting, came across one. So anytime now, these does are going to start dropping.
Usually about the 3rd week of May, 4th week of May is when they start seeing them. So yeah, we're right into that window, that first part of the window for fawn drop.
Right. And then I did hear the coyotes, I want to say it was Wednesday night in the middle of the night. My dog kind of got on edge. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I was like, okay. They're up and at him. So
we've had one of our guys took a coyote up at camp this week, big male.
Really?
Yeah. And seeing 2 others working on something and couldn't get a shot off on them quick enough. But yeah, big male. So
did you see about the cougar in Washington that attacked 2 mountain bike riders?
No.
Keep talking. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick.
Okay, I just keep talking. No, I haven't seen the story.
Cougar
chased down.
Cougar kills mountain biker.
Actually, killed a guy.
Kills mountain biker. Injures another near Seattle.
Wow. Okay. But they're nice, cuddly little kitties.
Well, it even says right here, death is Washington State's 2nd cougar-related fatality in the last 94 years.
Right. Yeah, it's not like it happens every day.
Yeah, it's not like something that...
But when it happens to you, it's a bad day.
So they were on a morning mountain bike ride, and he jumped them.
Did he get both? You said there was 2 people on bikes?
Killing one of the men and leaving the second hospitalized in what authorities describe as a rare occurrence that this happened. Well,
the guys are pedaling along fast. You know, they're a pursuit-type predator. You know, chase.
And the cougar was later found up a tree near the dead man's body, where the agents for the state and police shot and killed it.
So no more kitty cat.
Yeah, no more kitty cat. Wow. So that's I always get that feeling when you're out there, bears,
right?
Cougars. It's like
yep.
A cougar you won't hear.
Yep.
You will not hear.
Bears are out on the property.
Finally, yeah, because I asked you that, and you said you had nothing, but now...
Yeah, seeing tracks.
Okay, good.
Actually, one of the guys saw a bear today, early this morning, out cruising around. So,
like you said, they like to cruise your field looking for fawns.
Yep, so, it goes without saying, it's fawn drop time. You're going to start seeing more predators, probably, if you keep your eyes open, especially early morning, late in the evening, if you're out in the woods at that time. So
yeah, and Dan Anderson even agrees. Seeing fawns in Wisconsin.
Okay, right on.
So
it is that time of year. So, and remember, anybody that's listening to this show, most people listening to this show already know. But if anybody's listening to this show or watching that doesn't know, don't think that a fawn's been left by its mom. Leave it alone.
I hear this story every year.
Every year, somebody picks it up, thinks it's
actually
been abandoned.
Actually, they busted a lady. She did it over 5 times.
Yeah, that's not a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they busted her for doing it. But, yeah.
So what do you got coming up this week? Got anything good? Memorial Day weekend's coming up.
Memorial's coming up. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm not going up north or nothing, so I'll be around maybe working on the house. Got to do some upgrades and take care of things. I did a little cement work during the week.
Okay.
That was interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do tell.
Oh, no, it was just, I've never done it before. And
okay.
I was just like, I was part of it being done when I was a kid, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
All right.
So it was fun.
So what'd you fix?
No, I didn't. I actually added squares.
Okay.
It was dirt, and my dogs would run through it. I was like, I got to fix this.
I got you.
So I just made it cement, and problem solved.
There you go. No more dirt, and they trim their nails at the same time when they run across.
Right. And, yeah, I got some stuff I need to do around the house. I'd like to get some things taken care of, fixed up. I got to fix some wood that's, your house maintenance time.
Oh, yeah. I got some wood on the front porch I got to take care of myself.
So we'll probably be doing that this weekend, and it with a question mark because I really haven't looked at the weather, so I don't know.
Right. I don't know what the weather's supposed to do. I may be up north Saturday, possibly. Okay. Land consultants on our management project, they want to get some boots on the ground. So.
Oh, any word on that? You're going forward with the project?
Yes, we are.
Yep. Okay,
yep.
so
yeah, we're moving forward.
So this would be the first time that they're applying working for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Just doing some visual on the ground, some looking. I mean, really going over the property, head to toe, making sure that they haven't missed something. We've already did a general overview of the property before, but this will be a little more detailed.
Well, yeah, it's going to get in depth now, right?
Yeah,
because you're official. They're going to do it.
Getting ready to plant. We've got the farmer lined up.
Okay.
So yeah, it's we're running a little bit behind right now. It's been wet, cold. Now it's perking up quick. It's gotten warm, and people up there there's people that's already got stuff in the ground. So so we're a good week, maybe 2 weeks behind. So we got to get something moving real quick here and get moving. So
right. And Dan Anderson's even asking, Mike, any news on your deer camp management? And that's exactly what we're talking about. Is you're going to go forward with the management program that you guys looked into.
Yep.
And so it's a 3-year plan.
At least two-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
Roughly.
So Dan, stay tuned. I'm sure we'll hear more.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about this. I mean, it's basically deer management 101 from top to bottom. So,
Tim CS says the West Virginia State Calling Contest Sunday at Webster Springs, West Virginia.
You going to be in it, Tim? You going to go over there and show them how it's done?
Tim, are you going to show them how it's done? You going to be in it?
I know somebody that can get you a nice pot call to get you in that contest.
Right? Yeah, I might want to hook up. So, but other than that, we're just cruising into June.
It's going to be here before you know it.
It's going to be here before you know it. So,
but that's about it. Just did a lot of shooting this week.
Good.
Getting bows set up. Trying to think if there's anything else. My dad's in town. Yeah, he came up for the week. My nephew.
That's right. Yeah,
my nephew graduated. I tried to get him to come over here. He's at my sister's house right now. I said, "Why don't you come on over tonight and sit in with us on the show?" And he's like, I ain't going to do that.
It'd be nice to have your pa here.
Yeah, so I was hoping he'd come over, but couldn't twist his arm. I don't know. It's just not his cup of tea. But he did ask how he could see the show. So, Dad, if you're watching.
Yeah, if you're watching right now.
We're talking about you.
And Tim says, yep. Yelp.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, but no, other than that, stay tuned, and we'll see what June has to offer for us.
I know there's some shoots coming up.
There's some shoots coming up.
Jim Beasley wants us to shoot in a couple with him.
There's shoots coming up. There's some fishing needs to be done.
I got about 50 things I want to do. That it's just I know what's going to happen is you're going to start trying to get some things lined up. Something's going to get in the way, and you're going to put it off. Yeah. And next thing you know, it's going to be the middle of September. We're going to go. Where did the whole summer go?
It's now September 1st goose season.
Right.
I'd like to with the water starting to. I'd like to get out and do some fishing.
Break out the kayaks.
Get out there. Get on the lake. Got that to do. Got some shooting to do.
Chris Schnur's taking up fishing. I talked with him a little bit today. He's taking up the fly rod.
All right.
You know who got him on that, don't you? Dan Yassa.
There you go.
They were actually Dan had his box of flies at the shoot today, and he had them out and was showing Chris. And Go ahead.
Do they know the only thing they're going to catch down there is gar?
Yeah, well, down there in Ohio, yeah.
Right?
That's all there is. No, I'm not going to say
it. You know where I was going with that. Mm-hmm. Dan will have to come up to the river up there.
Which one?
Yeah.
That one.
The one north of us.
Asabo?
Either that or wherever you guys go.
Oh, we usually go up to the Pigeon or the Black
Pigeon,
River.
Thank you. There we go.
Yeah, the Asabo is a lot of fly fishing up there. There's stretches up there that are flies only, catch and release. So
yeah, so we got things to do.
I'll tell you what, I'm running out of gas fast, guys. I'm going to wrap it up tonight on the show. We're going to run just a tad short. I am waxed. I'm so tired, and I still got a lot of work to do tonight.
Before you go anywhere, what's this?
Scorpion venom.
Well, I see that, but it actually says target arrow release fluid.
Yes. Well, the first round.
Would you like to enlighten me here real quick?
Yeah. We were shooting. That first round, I was in that back group of the two. We was always the last one to shoot, so I'd be the last one to the target usually. They're scoring, and all of a sudden they pull arrows. They're already there, so I just let them pull arrows. They're getting tough to pull out. You know how these are when they go in a foam backer. They weld into there.
Yes, they do.
So we got back to have lunch, and we're talking about it. And Dan Yassa, he said, "You need an arrow lube tube for that bow." He said, "I ain't got any." He said, "But I do have a bottle of scorpion venom." I'm like, oh, okay. So he pulls it out. Here, just take it. Keep it. Don't worry about it. So
if Dan wants to get us 2 lube tubes, I know exactly what it is because I think Chris has got one now. Finally,
yeah.
They always do it before they shoot their target
because it helps.
Pulling
them out.
This is the liquid that goes in there.
Well, that doesn't go in that tube. That open it up. It's got an applicator on it, and you just take the tip of your arrow and just roll it on that foam top, and it puts arrow lube on there, so they'll actually pull out of targets. And you start shooting these into like 3D into foam, you need that. It's going to make it even worse because these things are pounding in there, so quick. It basically, you've seen it when you pull them out.
Oh yeah, I know.
You got little beads of rubber on here that's kind of stuck to the arrow.
Maybe I'll have to stop over at Jim's.
Yeah, he's got that stuff in stock, I'm pretty sure. So, but yeah, arrow lube.
Gotcha.
That's exactly what it is. Got to have it.
Dan Anderson, keep doing what you're doing. We all love it.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
We appreciate everybody that shares it and stops in and, chats with us. It's like somebody said, when you do something that you love, it's not work.
Right.
It's just fun and we love doing it.
It's fun.
But yeah, I'm more waxed. I'm waxed tonight. So.
All right, let's get out of here and enjoy our...
All right, for those of you on the podcast, we're going to wrap it up tonight. And as we always say, if you're out on the water or in the woods, shoot straight and be safe until next week. And don't forget, you can catch us in syndication at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on goodtalkradio.com. This episode was brought to you by PSE Archery,
Powered Express,
Fourth Arrow Camera Arms,
Wind-Scent Hunting Scents,
Killer Food Plots, Seeds, Supplements, and Attractants,
Cabela's,
Spot Shooters,
Limb Walker Game Calls,
Twisted Minds Bowstrings,
Hunter's Blend Coffee,
Antler Action,
and Family Traditions Tree Stands.
Thanks for listening, and join us again here next week. Until then, remember, as we always like to say, if you're out on the water or in the woods, shoot straight and be safe until next week on the Up North Journal.